Hey everybody, welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is Wednesday, so it's time for our review of Tyler Perry's Sistas. This is season 1, episode 13, and it was titled In Front of Me. Yo, this episode dragged on, and they're gonna save the good part for next week. I ain't like that, because I think this whole Karen situation with the whole lady blowing her brains out, as sad as that may be, it dragged on and on and on. Okay, so we just gonna jump into it, and y'all know I'm about to go in on a certain part because our favorite person was in this episode, so I'm gonna go in. But anyway, it opens up with the lady. They doing the whole replay of the lady shooting her brains out, and it's splashing all on Karen and stuff like that. Pam, the receptionist, with her old nosy ass, she all hysterical. Oh my God, girl, you okay, girl? Somebody call now. Karen all shook. She and she got the blood in the brain spatter all on her and stuff like that. Then Pam said something like, girl, you okay? Just tell me you okay, you okay? Then that's when Karen like snapped out of him and looked down and was like, oh my God, Kimberly. So then she go over there to the sink. She wash her face, wash her hands, and like, oh my God. Then she fake gagging and throwing up and all this other stuff. Pam like, oh my God, why would she do that? What's going on? What's going on? Then we moved on to the bank. I understand her being all hysterical and stuff like that, but the acting in it was just like, y'all could have gave me some more oomph. Like, y'all could have had some tears. He couldn't have sprayed no water on your face to make it look like some tears was running down or something. They was just dry. And then the whole jelly and then the peanut butter brain, it was just, yeah. But at any rate, we at the bank. Bree finally doing some work, child. She had a whole customer. She was telling them about the business and stuff like that. Then she sent them on his way. Then we see little Maurice. He come over. Hey, girl. And he looking sneaky. So I was like, what is he doing? But he was just like, this my friend Javier, girl. Yeah. He gonna come over to your house at 7 and cook us some roast, okay? And she like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, I told you, girl, what I was gonna do. And so he gonna come over there and cook. All right, Javier. I said, oh, Javier is a cutie. Maurice is gonna need to go and get some of that instead of trying to get some Calvin and worrying about what Bree and helping Bree and all that other stuff out. But whatever. So Bree like, what are you talking about? He was like, girl, I told you I was going to have Javier come over there and we was going to see if Calvin liked him or whatever. She was like, oh my God, I'm not comfortable with that. I don't know if I really want to do that. He was like, don't worry about it, girl. It's too late. We already going to have the dinner together and stuff like that. He's going to make a mean pot roast or some kind of roast, child. I forgot what he said, but we're going to go pot roast because that's what's on my mind. So she was like, and it's going to be good, girl. She was like, well, I'm not into the threesome. Girl, you don't even have to do the threesome. What we're going to do is I'm going to get everybody tipsy and then you going to go to bed and then we're going to let the men do what the men do. I was just like, oh, this is so messy and so unnecessary, because if all this girl got to do is ask this man if he a freak or if he gay, just ask him. Like, So Maurice like, it's going to be all right, girl. She's like, well, it don't feel right. You think, Bree, you want to do too much instead of opening up your mouth and asking this man if he just like a little kink. Let's ask him. It's not that difficult. You want to talk about everything else, but you can't ask this man how kinky he is. What's the problem? But anyway, so Maurice said something, child. He said something when he did the whole vibrator noise. I lost it when he did that. So then he was like, well, I want to break her. She was like, we just open. He said, oh, you right. All right. So then you know how he went over there and pouting because he didn't want to work. And so then he was like, you know what? I'm going to go somewhere, girl. She was like, what? What's gotten into you? He was like, and then we see Calvin walk in. I said, Maurice ain't ish. But anyway, Calvin walk in. She like, what you doing here? You here to make a deposit? He was like, is it a sexual joke or whatever? Ew, that's nasty. We at work. Girl, you just the other day told Maurice how the man put it in his ass. So now you at work, you can't talk about sex. Bree, if you don't dismiss me with this foolishness. But anyway, he invited her to dinner or whatever. And she was like, you could just send that in a text message. And he was like, well, I wanted to see your body language because I wanted to make sure you wasn't blowing me off. she was like, well, no, I'm not, And he was like, well, what's wrong? What's going on with you like that? Because you've been acting kind of strange. She was like, nothing. And he was like, I thought we had a good night. She was like, we did, but I mean, it just seemed like you was like enjoying yourself more than I did. And he was like, what? I thought you enjoyed yourself. She was like, I mean, I did. But he was like, well, I'm confused. But you know what? Just drop it and stuff. No, I want to know. I'm like, Bree, that would have been a perfect time to say, like, your kink was a little bit too much for me. Is this what you like doing with other females or males? Like, something, child. Ask the man a question. He open to answer the damn question. Just ask him and stop all this extra nonsense. Like, Jay's doing too much. So he was just like, well, we could just because he was just like, well, what about dinner? And so then Maurice, he with his little nosy stuff about, yes, girl, because we gonna have dinner at Bree's house at 7. So you come on over. My friend Javier gonna be over there. He was like, oh, well, I don't think I was invited. Oh, you was invited. Sabrina invited you. She wants you there, okay? And he was like, oh, this is cute. All right, I'll be there at 7, and then we can discuss. So then he go on out. And child, he looked like he was having difficulty walking in them little heels. And they was like, that's big. I said, boy, you should just wear flats. So at any rate, she go over there and talk to Maurice and was like, I'm going to kill you. And he was like, but you'll thank me. And she was like, but I'm going to kill you. He was like, well, you'll thank me when you find out what he like. And then after that, I'm going to kill you. I said, girl, stop. Then we at the airport, y'all. Let me tell you how I was like viewing the airport, because y'all know I be picking up stuff in the background and stuff like that. In this airport, I'm gonna just say it's a small airport because Tyler Perry and his attention to detail lacks. So I was like, why are they on the same floor where the parking lot is? I was like, why is the whole area where you board the plane and stuff, you can see the parking lot and the cars driving by? Like, so, this ain't no big, I'm going to just assume she don't work at no big airport, because I'm going to just go with that. Because if it's a big you shouldn't see none of that. None of that should be. I was like, why is the doors opening and you can see the cars? All right, child, that ain't important to the scene. We just going to focus on Zach and Danny. But somebody tell Tyler, pay attention to his detail. But anyway, Zach going, he flipping out because the whole girl pregnant and stuff. So he flipping out. He like, oh my God, what I'm going to do? I can't believe this. Like, what's going on? Danny was basically like, it's your penis. Like, your penis led you to that whore. Your penis led you to be screwing her. And what happens to condoms? And he like, I know, but I was just mad. And I wasn't thinking. She was like, well, you know what? You're going to be a mad baby daddy. Child, I died. But anyway, Danny want him to tell Karen. He's scared. She like, well, you better tell her, because if you don't tell her, I'm telling her. He was like, I'm going to tell her tonight. I'm going to let her know tonight or whatever. So he said he going to tell her. Then he get a phone call. He like, oh my God, that's her on the phone. Oh my God, what I'm going to do? And she like, pick up the phone, fool. He pick up the phone. It's Pam. So he like, Pam, why you calling me from Karen's phone? She taking 11 years to tell this man what happened to Karen. I said, girl, if you don't spit it out, she was doing too much for me. Pam was irritating my life with that one. So she tell him like, and then she adding sauce to this whole thing, talking about the lady said that she was sleeping with her husband and stuff like that. And then she blew her brain out and all this other stuff. She at the hospital because she was so hysterical and stuff. So anyway, Danny and Zach, they rush off to go meet Karen at the hospital. So then we see Andy. She chilling at home. She called Karen. Of course, Karen ain't answering the phone. So then she called Bree. She tell Bree with down or whatever. And Bree was just like, oh my God, girl, I'm on my way. So she was rushing over there to help Andy. I was like, didn't you just say the bank opened up? But I was just like, whatever. Ain't like it's people in the damn bank anyway. They don't be doing no goddamn work. But anyway, we get a knock at the door. I'm thinking it's Bree. And I was like, what the hell is going on with this damn hair? I'm thinking it's Bree. But then I was like, well, that'd be awfully fast unless the bank right next door to Karen's house. So, but it's not. It's Gary. Tight shirt Gary. So we see Gary. Oh, tight shirt. And he's talking about he forgot his key card or something like that. So he go over there and get his wallet, pull the key card out, put the key card in his purse. Not his purse, child. Not his purse. His pocket. And then throw the wallet back down. I was like, why you just ain't take the whole goddamn wallet? You plan on coming back? So at any rate, she was like, well, you might as well take it. She left everything. You might as well take it. He was like, well, I ain't taking it because, she gonna take it all anyway. So what's the point? And then it was like real quiet or whatever like that. Then Andy said something like, this is a lot and she don't want to do this anymore. And then Gary was like, I know this is a lot. I know this is a lot. And, it's my fault. And I shouldn't have poured you into this or whatever. I said, oh, y'all, he got a whole tear. You see how he squoze that tear out? Like, squoze it out. Yeah, I said it right. He squoze that tear. I said, oh, he been working. He been practicing his acting, y'all. Go ahead, Gary. But anyway, he started crying and whatnot and talking about it's his fault. And he met her. He fell in love with her. And he was married. I'm like, yes, you did all that. And he was like, he should have left her before he did all that. Well, Gary, of course you anyway, did. She was like, so then he was saying like, you a good woman and you don't deserve to be in the middle of my ish and all facts, okay? And then he was saying he ain't lied to her and he only told her the truth and stuff like that. I don't know if I buy that because like we all pointed out from the last couple episodes, it was other women in them photos. So what happened to them other women? He only focused on the sister, which was easy to debate. But what about the other women that was in those photos? Like, we just gonna forget about all them? So at any rate, what happened? So then he crying and stuff, and then she start crying. And so then he was like, you a good woman now. Need to bring you into my mess. I'm sorry, I won't bother you no more. And in my head, I was like, well, all right, then, peace out, my nigga. Like, why are you still sitting on my couch? But he ain't really mean that. He was saying he wouldn't bother her, but I would give it all up if it would mean that I was with you or something of that nature or whatever like that. I was just like, so you don't really mean what you saying and you bullshitting. So he want her to beg him to stay because he started saying like, I would give it all up for you, and he was like, well, I would give it all up for you. What he say? He said somehow he got to, and I will go back to her. Oh, because she said, well, she was suing me. I'm going to be disbarred and all this other stuff. And he was like, well, what can I do to help? That's what he said. He was like, well, what can I do to help? What can I do to stop her from doing this or whatever like that? And she was like, well, I mean, I don't know, whatever. He was like, well, I'll go back to her if you want me to go back to her, but that means I won't be able to see you anymore. And she was like, thank you. I know. I said, Danny, cool. That's some shit I would say back in the day. I'm like, okay, thank you. But anyway, I am a changed woman. But anyway, he was like, are you ever serious? Like, you were cold. I think he said she was cold or she was heartless or some shit. I couldn't make it out. And I didn't really feel like I was tired of rewinding it or whatever like that. Because he was like, you were so effing heartless. And he was like, did you not love me? Like, she was like, what are you talking about? I did love you. Well, tell me to stay. Tell me that you want me to be here. You telling me to go to her and all this other stuff. Like, what's going on with that? Like, So he mad because she don't want to beg him. She like, well, I'm not finna give up my career. You want me to give up my career for you? Like, you want me to just be what? At home cooking and cleaning and all this other stuff? I ain't finna do that for you. No. You ain't got that golden rod for me to be doing that. He was like, oh, so I can take care of you or whatever like that. She was like, I ain't trying to be no cat woman. What is wrong with you? So he mad. He all in his feelings and all this other stuff. And he trying to flip the switch on her, talking about something. Well, I'll just go back to that hellhole so you can be happy and live your life. Okay. Like, boy, bye. You the one who made all this happen. This your fault. You the one who wanted to fall in love with somebody and you was married instead of divorcing your wife first. I don't feel sorry for you. What do you want, a cookie? Because you gotta go back to your wife so she don't lose her job and lose her career? Like, boy, bye. And I don't really feel sorry for Andy either because she knew what she was getting into. She knew that man was married and she knew what the consequences was going to be. So both y'all need to eat it. Anyway, we see Danny and Zach, they in the car, they driving, they fussing about Danny not going slow or whatever like that. And Danny basically like, I'm doing the speed limit because I'm riding dirty. And he like, what? Come on now, I'm on parole. I can't be seen out here, you riding dirty and stuff like that. She was like, whatever. He, in his mind, he keep trying to figure out who Pam was talking about because Pam had said something about the girl who shot herself, we kept saying that she slept with my husband or something like that. So he's trying to figure out who Karen was with. So he all in his feels and stuff like that. And Danny like, are you serious, my G? Like, you got a whole woman out here pregnant. You was out here dipping and diving and all these women and you worried about what she was doing? Boy, bye. And he's still in his feelings and all this other stuff. They keep going back and forth, back and forth. They finally make it to the hospital. Let me get Bree and them out the way because it wasn't even that important. Bree was over there with Andy talking about what happened and how she was feeling about I'm about to say Zach, feeling about Gary, and then they get the phone call for them to go on down to the hospital because it wasn't even that important, child. But not Karen. Andy did make Bree feel like she was ish because she was like, well, I just need to talk to Karen. She was like, well, damn, what about me? She was like, oh, girl, but she get good advice. I mean, you give good advice too. I said, Andy, you should just keep your mouth closed and just set it in your head, okay? Because Bree, she ain't no real help because she's just a yes woman. But Andy, you done made that girl feel like garbage. Anyway, Danny and Zach at the hospital. The nurse, she looked bad. I mean, like bad. She looked bored. Like, she was like, can I help you? I was like, oh, what kind of service is that? Like, girl, perk up. That is not how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to be friendly, okay? Not, can I help you? Like, and you front desk, girl, stop. If I was, I felt Danny because like she had that whole attitude. But anyway, Danny was basically like, this, I'm here to see Karen, blah blah blah. I'm her twin, it's her husband. So then the lady sent her to some triage room or whatever like that. I'm like, why is she sitting in the triage room and she about to be destroyed? If she had there for observation, she wouldn't still be in that little ass triage room. But I digress. Zach and Karen, they hug or whatever like that. Danny trying to figure out what happened. Like, what happened, girl? She shot herself in front of you and stuff like that. Karen, like, it's some woman, I don't even know her. I don't know her name or whatever like that. She's trying to act like she don't know this lady or whatever. And I was trying to figure out why she was doing that because she know what happened. But I guess she really didn't want to talk about it and then talk about it in front of Zach. So, then Zach, he putting his Zach team too much. He gonna talk about something. Well, Pam had said you were seeing her husband. Danny like, boy, boy, hush. And he keep going on and on and on. Well, she says you were seeing her, like, you were seeing her husband, like you were so. She was like, no, why are you asking me this right now? Like, what is wrong with you or whatever? Not Karen. Danny was pretty much like, boy, shut up. Shut the hell up or whatever like that. And he going on, you was messing with somebody and so. I was like, if Zach don't shut up, this is not the time nor the place to be asking these questions. And especially since you got a whole baby on the way. And so, Danny like, you discharged, girl, or something. You about to leave, like, whatever. And she like, no, I'm just waiting for the doctor to come or whatever. So she was like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go get the doctor and see. And so she tells Zach to shut up or whatever like that. And child, I don't even know why Danny left him in the room with her. Left them two in the room because Zach keep putting his foot in his mouth. He like, well, like, if you be with somebody and accidents can happen, and because you got to think about what other people's involvement. he trying to work around to see if she gonna be upset that he done got somebody pregnant, but he trying not to say it. So he gonna ask her, is she pregnant? And she was like, what? And he was like, no, I'm just saying, if you was pregnant, but you got pregnant by accident, then it would be okay. I will forgive you and stuff. I said, boy. So then he started calling for the nurse because he didn't realize he's stepping in too deep and he got to pull himself out. So Danny, we see Danny, she outside, she talking to the nurse. She asking the nurse that she called a doctor. Not the doctor. The nurse got a whole attitude. Danny about to pop off on her. And I ain't blame her because that nurse was, yeah, she was annoying. So then Andy and Bree come in there. And they stopped Danny and, whatever, before she popped off. She was like, well, where is Karen? What's going on? Danny told them what's going on. She was stalling. I guess she was giving Zach and Karen some time to talk because she wouldn't tell them what room she was in. And then that's when Karen walks out the room with Zach because miraculously she discharged. Like, where did the doctor come from? Where did the doctor come from? There ain't no doctor in the room. We ain't seen no doctor. Danny was standing by the same door for the whole time. So they did it over the phone. Attention to detail. Attention to detail. Anyway, Danny oh no. Zach was like, well, where they gonna take her? She was like, we gonna take her to the Sister Circle. What the hell is the Sister Circle? That sounds like a whole cult. She was like, the Sister Circle is us, fool. We gonna take her home. She gonna be okay. So they walking out. He trying to figure out what to do next. She like, look, you need to worry about all that on your own. They walking out. They walk past the lobby. They see Aaron. He's sitting in the lobby or whatever like that. He all broken up. Karen go in there. She hug him and stuff like that. Because, they was friends or not friends, but associates, and then they knew each other. Y'all know how the story go. But Zach, he coming down, because Danny was like, oh my God, Zach is right behind us. Zach is right. They was like, who cares? Like, whatever. He see them. He like, oh, that was the guy that she tried to embarrass me in front of or whatever. He all in his feelings. He ready to fight the man. What you finna fight the man for? What was he finna fight the man for? What that man do to him? Like, Zach, calm your nerves. So he's still popping off and going off and all this other stuff. And Danny like, y'all wasn't even together. Like, what is the problem? And then she blurted out, she was like, y'all wasn't even together. And then you got a whole baby on the way. They was like, what? So then Andy and Bree, they got all up in his ass and stuff like that. They questioned him and asked him all these questions and stuff like that. And he like, yeah, I got a baby. First of all, y'all don't even know if this girl really pregnant for real. Like, where the pregnancy test? I need some blood tests, some piss tests. I need an ultrasound. I need all this because hoes be lying. But anyway, Andy like, you need to leave right now. And they like, well, did you tell her? He like, no, I ain't tell her whatever like that. But she in there hugging that man. And they look how she hugging him and stuff. And they like, you need to go. And he like, I don't need to go. I'm going to go after I talk to him. Well, you need to go. We're going to tell Karen that you got a baby on the way. So then he talking about, y'all could just, all three of y'all could just go to hell or whatever. So he mad. He all in his feelings. He leave or whatever. Then we see Aaron. He thanks him for being there. And she was like, because there was like this long ass hug. I'm like, how long? Whatever. But he was like, thank you for being there. She was like, I'm not here to comfort you or whatever. And he was like, well, what you doing here? And she told him like what happened. Like his wife came there and shot herself in the not the barbershop, the beauty salon. He like in disbelief. He started crying again. They hug again and stuff like that. This old white lady coming near child. She mad. This the girl mama. I said she just as crazy as her damn child. She talking about you was the woman who slept with him, and what kind of pastor is you to be sleeping with some woman that you married? First of all, they divorced. Second of all, your wife was lying. They didn't even sleep together, but you don't want to even get this information. She go slap Aaron and all this other stuff, cussing Karen out, and Danny gave her the whole pit bull stare like, bitch, try it. Run up. The girl, the old lady, she didn't want to run up and stuff like that, and they kind of go. Aaron upset. He kicking chairs and stuff, though. People in the lobby like, oh my God, what's going on? So, anyway, then we see, y'all, Maurice. He walks up to Bree house, because remember, they was supposed to go over there to have dinner at 7. somebody, Javier was already there. He was like, well, she not here or whatever. And Maurice was like, well, it's a good thing I got the key. I know where the key is. So he gets the hideaway key. He goes in the door. Calvin walking up. And he like, well, she not here. They like, no, but we gonna walk in. So they walk in. First of all, that's not what we do. You ain't finna walk up in my house. If I ain't there, I ain't there. We gonna reschedule this, okay? But at any rate, they in the house. Javier like, oh, hey, how you doing? Because Calvin was like, oh, you the chef or whatever. So they chatting it up and stuff like that. Maurice was like, oh, I already texted Bree and told her. So Calvin was like, well, I'm going to hit her up again. Javier, he flirting with Calvin and stuff like that. He flirting with him and stuff like that. And he asked him, is he into guys? And so Calvin was like, no, I'm not into guys over like that. So Javier was like, what you bring me over here for? You told me he was into guys and stuff. And then Maurice was like, bitch, shut up. And so Calvin like, well, what's going on? So Maurice, of course, drops the information. And he was just like, okay. So y'all see how he switched real quick. Like, well, you know what? You cute. And so then he flirting with Javier, talking about let's have fun and all this other stuff. And then, so Maurice was like, well, I guess I'll just go. He was like, oh no, you can come and join the fun. Here go Maurice. Okay. I said, Maurice is a goddamn fool. And then Calvin started rubbing his hand all on Maurice's face. And Maurice like, I said, oh my God, why is he like this? But, they all flirting and stuff like that. Next, we see the whole sister circle. They sitting around, Danny having no filter as usual, and asking all these questions and stuff like that. Questions that everybody needed to know or had answers or questions to or whatever like that. Then we see Bree. She get a text message from Maurice. It's a picture of all three of them in her bedroom. Violation, because now you're in my bedroom. Like, no. If anything, if you wanted to come in the living room, no, first of all, you wouldn't even be in my house. But since they were in the house, you need to stay in the kitchen and the living room. Why is you in my bedroom? So they in the bedroom. She like, what is this? She showed them the picture. They like, oh, girl, She like, all right, honey, I'm going to talk to you later. I got to go. And she go on to her apartment. Child, it's all this moaning and whatnot. And that's like, it sounded like it was getting real freak nasty, real Pornhub up in that jank. And she opened up the door. She's screaming. Then it cut off. I said, what in the world? Y'all gave me an episode of Karen and Tight Shirt Gary. Don't nobody want to see that? I didn't want to. That was too much time spent on Karen and her reaction to this lady shooting herself in the face. Like, sad and tragic. But it was too much time spent on that. Let's just see what's going on in this bedroom. And then next week we see, I don't even know what was going on. I don't think they was doing that. What y'all think they was doing in that bedroom? I don't think they was doing that. I think they was just playing. But then again, how would they know when she was going to walk up at that right time? Unless they was on lookout or something. I don't know, child. Maybe they was looking out the window or something like that, But we see in the next episode, Maurice was like half naked. And Bree was going off. So, maybe they was playing Twister. Y'all think there was a lot of moaning for Twister. But what y'all think? Tell me what y'all think was going on in that bedroom, y'all. I tried to give y'all a nice little video because I gave y'all a good review. And because, child, this episode ain't really give us nothing. Y'all know it didn't. But I tried to spice it up for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. What y'all think was happening in that bedroom? And I asked y'all this last time, but do y'all really think that girl pregnant? I don't believe it. And I don't believe that nothing freaky deaky was going on in that bedroom. I think he was just trying to size us up. But I think maybe they was playing some Twister or something. I don't know. Or maybe they was watching something on TV. Maybe it was the TV. Well, that sounded like Maurice. But who knows, child? We're going to find out next week. All right, y'all. I didn't talk too much. Let me know what y'all thought about this video. Hit that like button if you liked it. Comment down below. Hit the subscribe button. If you have friends who watch this and would like to see my crazy ass act a fool on this camera for y'all, then go ahead and share that video. All right, until next time. Peace.